Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good, man.
What's going on?
It's good. So, you said I was lying about something, so there's your chance to tell us out of the story.
All right, well, I want to get started by first thanking you for giving me an opportunity to come on your show and shit like that, because when I first initially, when people said you put a video out about me and whatnot, I was actually upset, you know what I mean? But I slept on it. I woke up still a little upset. But then I realized it's some truth to a lot of stuff you said as well. So I said, instead of me coming negatively, and that's why the murder rate and all the bullshit is how it is now, because people being their feelings and emotional, I said, let's go about this in a positive way. So I want to start first by just saying what a certified peer specialist is. You know what I mean? And a certified peer specialist is someone that, recovering from their own mental health state of mind, that's using their lived experiences and also their coping mechanisms to help others that's going through the same trials and tribulations they did. Now, I never actually became a certified peer specialist. I was a forensic peer specialist. A forensic peer specialist and a CPS is different. A forensic peer specialist deals with the criminal aspect.
Okay.
Guys that have been arrested and locked up and stuff like that. So I never was a CPS. So they kind of was grandfathering me into becoming a CPS. Okay. And I believe that's where the false documents, if I'm correct, you could correct me if I'm wrong, the false document thing you were saying, I believe that's possibly what you was talking about, me not officially being a peer specialist.
Yes.
Am I correct? So yeah, so that's truth. That was the truth. Also the smoking marijuana with the participants. Okay. I know as of now, I know that I was fired from La Casa.
Yep.
I've been fired for about a year, some change now. I've been doing pretty good, on my own, just doing for myself as a, entrepreneur. Yep. But I was fired for a lot of different reasons. I was fired for just crossing boundaries, a lot of different boundary issues, just not being right. When you're not right, everything comes to the light. And that's another reason why I'm happy you gave me this outlet to kind of let some skeletons out my closet and, just kind of like let it all go. I already let it go once I was fired, but this give me a chance to kind of really let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was smoking weed with participants and I had no business doing that. You know what I mean? There's no excuse for it. Did I look at it as it was a bad thing when they came to me asking could you spark me up? No, I look at it like it's just weed. They might not have the money to smoke, at the moment. Spark them up. But what I didn't think is they would tell on you. You never think that might happen. You so caught up in, being friends with the participants instead of doing your work. You get caught up in relationships and you breaking boundaries, and this is the type of stuff that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else? Oh, as far as the food, I ate there. It wasn't no shame in my game when it came down to, eating. I would sit at the dinner table and eat with y'all because sometimes I get my best notes at the dinner table. Some dudes that don't talk normally will open up at the dinner table. So, it'd be a guy, I ain't gonna say nobody's name. Somebody might be out, they might have a plate. I'll call them. I'll have the common courtesy to call, yo, you eat meatloaf and mashed potatoes. You eating that? No, I'm cool. All right, can I get that? Yeah, go. All right, I'm about to. But when they'll come back, I'll buy them some chicken wings or something from the Chinese store or whatnot or whatever. But it was never a situation where I was like stealing food. I ate with no shame. It was times where just because I got a paycheck don't mean that it wasn't days where I was hungry or, I had struggles too. I had car problems, times where I was fucked up. And La Casa was a safe haven for me at times. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't look at it as me I didn't look at it as if I was stealing nobody's food or nothing like that. I look at it as, I was eating too. I would sit down with y'all. I was one of the only staff that would sit at the dinner table with y'all and sit there and literally eat next to y'all.
Mm. Yeah. So also, like I said, like I appreciate you coming on, and I can respect anything you said. And like I said, you being fired, that's not where like I'm trying to go. you like I said, if you get fired and you homeless and can't take care of your family, I don't get no cool points for that. The Black community don't get no upgrade for that. So that's not my problem. Like, oh, y'all want y'all dudes fired, y'all nah. So I'm not, doing anything like that. But for whatever reason, most of the jobs that I've had, I've always been around the mental health system, and so it's just a lot of these. I noticed like a lot of staff members are not knowledgeable enough, and they don't really care enough, and they're not mature enough, and it affects the participants to a deeper degree than you may think. Especially in this space we talking about with just Black men. There are more homeless Black men than anybody else, right? There are more homeless men, but yet there, I think,
especially young adults, especially that age population, that 18 to 24. That's a lot of people don't know that, but that 18 to 24 young adults, especially like the LGBT, they get kicked out a lot from their parents and stuff because they don't condone, and you know how it go. You're not gonna be like that in this house. So especially that age bracket, the one we service that La Casa.
That's the LGBT. We can talk about that topic like a little bit different, but as far as Black men, if you go downtown or any major city, look who the homeless dudes is. They're Black guys. And I'm saying more so. I'm seeing more Black homeless men. You don't even see the homeless white guys that often. So there are limited resources pertaining to Black men. So the spaces that we already have, we should make the best out of them, and there should be more. And we can't make the best out of them if we got staff members who are not doing their job. Y'all know y'all not supposed to be in their pajamas sleeping at night. Y'all know somebody's supposed to be alert. And even in the things that you didn't necessarily have no part in, because it's not your job to make sure that the security camera system is working. It's not so I'm not blaming, I made videos about Howard. I'll be contacting him too, because that's his job to do that. Because there was a lot of incidents that happened there before and after I was there, and so these things need to be brought to light. And like I said, a lot of things they just being swept under the rug until the last minute, and that's what usually happens. And in so many different scenarios. So that's what that was. And I didn't say you was literally stealing like from a homeless guy. I meant to say was,
I wanted to kind of clear that up because I didn't want people to think like I'm some dude. Like, and I apologize also, man, for going on your page and saying you was a child molester. So I want to clear that right now. Like, that was just me straight on that was a fake ass personal that I said because I was trying to get at you. That was some bullshit, and I apologize.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, real. I clear the air on your show right now. You feel me?
I appreciate that, but also the stuff that I say, I'm coming at people. I could dish it out. I got to be able to take it. So you should see what they say on my YouTube channel. I get caught.
No, I'm actually listen. I'm proud of what you're doing, man. Like I said, I'm somebody that I'm here, regardless of me being unprofessional and not providing the service that I should have provided to you and others. I did good work. I made an impact on people in my own way. I got participants that would come on and say differently. Would say Seam did this, Seam did that. We had one guy, Taco. He became the Golden Gloves. I had him boxing, and he won the Golden Gloves. So there's a lot of other stories that's that a lot of people don't know about. You know what I mean? And then La Casa,
I definitely want to speak to him because I fight too, so I definitely want to have a conversation with him about what he do. I do martial arts. That'd be a good conversation.
we could definitely set that up. I can help you with that too. And I want to touch on La Casa real fast. La Casa, I understand the negative that you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you something about La Casa. La Casa have a great turnover ratio for success, as far as with these apartments with some of these guys. Now, I have a question for you. Have you talked to any other participants about La Casa that that might feel different from how you feel, as far as the support that they got? Because I know a few graduates that's still in their apartments, that's living pretty good. And I know that you kind of caught the short end of the stick at La Casa, and it could be from lack of me not doing my job, or probably even others. And that could be why you do have somewhat of animosity, because you might have not got your full what you deserve from the program. And that might be the reason why you're doing this. But have you talked to any other participants that, you know, might feel otherwise at all?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I talked to some of the participants. You know who I don't know. Well, he's probably before you was working there. You heard Tyrone?
Yeah, I know Tyrone.
Yeah, I was working with him. Yeah, he said nothing but good things about that. Yeah, I didn't say the entire experience was bad. And yeah, I talked to several participants or whatever. And I also heard of a few participants who were given multiple chances because they were kicked out a few times. And you know, so it's sort of like a lot of the participants, let's say a fair amount, they're getting second chances, the ones that shouldn't be getting them. And so that is one of my issues also. And as far as staff, like, you know, my anecdotal experience, my paperwork was filed, well, like 6 months behind because of Nikki, and that was her problem. And it took her about like let's say about 8 months in to realize, oh, she kept hitting the wrong date on the thing, and she had to realize that. So I had to suffer through that. So it's, you know, there's a lot of things, you know, that staff members not supposed to be doing. Why are you watching TV when my documents aren't right? So it's, you know, and just the overall environment. People could just go in people's rooms, money going missing, property being taken, and when property's being taken, it's like, oh, we don't got nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. And we already know, oh, you got to file a police report. You already know you're gonna get the shit back. But the fact that you only got a security camera to check and say, oh, it was such a, even if you ain't gonna get the stuff back, we at least know who did it and we can handle the situation better next time. But there's none of that. It's basically like, shit, keep it amen for yourself. And if you in there and you working, you're not there all the time. You can't bring your whole room with you. You might have to leave some things behind, ID, whatever, passport, I don't know. But
well, yeah, they did put in place. They did have something put in place where you could lock your door and you could have a key. I don't know if that was, you know, throughout your stay, but they did have that, and it would be guys that would just leave out and still won't lock their door, knowing that it's 9 other guys there, and anything can happen when you're in a shelter like that with 10 guys, and you know, so it's like sometimes some of the guys that stuff got stolen, they didn't lock their doors. They wasn't, you know, they would just leave out and leave their door open, knowing that you had guys like, you know, somebody you talked about in your video that was stealing, running around there like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but a lot of most of those happen when you had 2 people sharing the same room. Because if I leave out and I go to work and you my roommate, you got all access. Like if anything will miss you, yeah, you could deny it. The door is open. It's not like consistent enough checks to make sure that it was there. And it was even cases where the rooms were being switched by 2 participants because of stealing. And I left out, and the staff member was supposed to be watching him take his stuff, put it to the next room. I came back, my shit gone. So why, like, so, and it's not like it's small shit. It's like you let him walk out with a whole computer, dude. Nobody knows. So yeah, that's going to cause problems. Yeah.
Okay, I want to touch base on the Howard situation with the, you know, with him being called work, the big time drug dealer and all that. I wanted to touch base on that too. And I got a few questions for you after that, if you don't mind. You know what I mean? But I want to say something about the work situation. That was one of the biggest myths ever, man. That was put on there. That was meant to be funny. I don't know why. I mean, that was really literally meant to be funny, man. I thought that was hilarious. You know, I play a lot. You know me. You've been in there with me. You know I play too much sometimes, and that's my problem. But, you know, him being a big-time drug dealer, the way you put the picture up there, that shit was hilarious because he really looked like you made Howard look like he's an infamous drug dealer. But in all reality, Howard that went to the Navy. Howard is a good dude, man, and he really do put it all on the line for LaCasa as a director. He might not always, you know, be there exactly when you need him to do something, but he always put it in consideration, man. And I didn't see him have Mike in the office about you, really grinding him up and really getting on him about situations with you when you wasn't there. And you know, Howard always there for everybody, including the staff members too, the staff members that need his help, including Holloway. You know what I mean? Holloway is somebody that it's just like the participants. He need help as well. You know, it's not always just, you know, even though y'all there to get the service, it was times where I be talking to y'all because y'all like my therapist at times. You know what I mean? It was times I come holler at the participants because, you know, me and the staff is not seeing eye to eye. I was looked down by some of the staff because how I was moving. You know, I was moving real inappropriate. You know what I mean? So a lot of the staff was anti Kasim because, you know, they know I'm smoking with the participants. They know I'm just not being right. You know what I mean? And I'm doing it to a whole nother magnitude because I feel like I was closer to y'all age. I felt I related to y'all more, you know, and I went too far. And that's the reason why I'm not working there. You know what I mean? And quite frankly, I don't belong in the mental health field. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm not in it anymore. You know what I mean? I'm actually somebody that should be, I'm like a boss. I work for myself now. You know what I mean? I'm creating my own LLCs and my own businesses because I can't work under somebody, and I definitely can't work in the mental health field when my mental health is in jeopardy. You know, because when my mental health went left, there was nobody there to catch me. There was nobody there to help me. It was nothing in place for me. When I first started at La Casa, I did great work. You know what I mean? I was doing great work. That's before I met you. You caught me at the tail end of my mental health going downhill. You know what I mean? And I couldn't provide service to you in the right way if it's nobody to catch me. You know, that's why in the mental health field, they always say, you know, make sure you doing stuff, working out, or what do you do for your mental health? They always ask you, what do you do for your mental health? I never had a good answer for that. And I wound up crashing, you know what I mean? And this is the reason why these things occur, smoking with the participants and stuff like that. This just being not right. And what happens is I was fired and blogs like this come up because I'm glad you did this, man. I'm telling you, because and I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. Whatever you need from me, far as it's crazy because I started off like really mad at you, like really angry, like I wanted to find you to the point I wanted to find but then I thought about it and I'm like, damn, this is good, man. I really see your show going far, bro. Like I really see this, like I can see this thing really going real far. And I'm here financially, you know, anything you need, like if you need microphones or help with a computer, you know, just hit me up. I'm here to help you with all that stuff. But I got a question. Is your platform designed to tear people down, or is your platform designed to uplift people? That's the question that I got for you.
I'm glad you asked that question. So you didn't see any of my other videos, did you?
I actually watched it. I watched a few of them because I had to do my homework before I came on the show. I didn't want to come on here just watching what you said about me. So I went and watched a few. And I did notice that, you know, I always noticed this about you at La Casa, that you always had like somewhat of a problem with LGBT and white people, it seems. And sometimes women. I don't know why. Like I told you, I'm not a therapist. I don't know what you went through. I don't know what's your angles. But I just want to make sure with this platform that you're using, especially if I'm going to be a part of helping and, you know, funding or whatever you need me to support you with, I just want to make sure that you doing it, you come in correct. You know what I mean? Like you uplifting, like you still, because you saying you're an activist, you got to still, I want to make sure you're doing the right things, man. Like being positive about certain things.
Oh, when you see that, when you say activist, you talking about my Instagram?
Yeah. Because you say you like a community activist.
But yeah, I said comedian too. So the first stuff was bullshit. When I said, you know, that yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I see the drug dealer.
Yeah, that was fake. Yeah,
I see all that shit.
Yeah, I'm a comedian. Yeah. But so look, if you look through my channel, right, most of the views that I get off of videos, they're the controversial ones, right? When I'm talking about women or talking about, right? The ones that I do good, I'm like, yo, take care of your kids. I get like, what, 20 views off that? I got to really advertise those. There are plenty on my channel. They're all available. Black men, I always tell black men to, as soon as you have a child, if you can, save $100 a month. Because if you can pay your Netflix bill, you can pay your Hulu bill, and you can pay all these cell phone bills and anything like that, your child is not worth that equivalent. You can pay Netflix that money, but you can't put that, and not just save the money, invest it for your child. I talk a lot about buying just little shares of stock. It's so good nowadays. Even if there's no telling me you don't got no money for your kids. You can literally take 50 cents and buy Coca-Cola stock. Every time you go to the store and you buy a cheesesteak with money, you need to put $1 in some of your children's stock. Every time you buy a pair of sneakers for your kids because you want them to look nice, which is fine, and you should do that. You gotta invest in their future. And none of this stuff matters. Those birthday parties, those clothes, the prom date, they don't matter. When they're 25 years old, if you can't reach in your back pocket and pull out that checkbook and write them a check so they can start them a beauty salon, start him a barber shop, you know, an auto body shop, something like that. Maybe he want to go into real estate. He need to start. Maybe he want to be a contractor. If you can't do that after 25 years as a Black parent, you messed up.
Yeah, I'm in the
and I talk about that a lot. But you people don't care about that. They fuck out of here.
Listen, as you can see, I just touched on the negative myself and didn't touch on that. So that goes to show right there. But I'm in agreement with you with that. I have a 1-year-old daughter. You know what I mean? And I got her a bank account and stuff like that. And send me a request too back because I never accepted you. You know, but I want you to send that back so you can kind of just see what I'm doing now and just watch me and see how I changed my life around. You know, from La Casa, and you see how much I changed. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that you did bring up this topic because it's other guys that's coming through La Casa, and you want to make sure that they getting the right service and getting the stuff that they need to get because, you know, you seen differently when you was there, and I respect that. But I will vouch for them and say that La Casa do great work, man. I know they might have I haven't been there in over a year, so I don't even know. They might even patched up a lot of the stuff we're talking about now. I don't know what's going on, but I'm pretty sure that by now, you know, even with me out of the loop now, because you know I was one of the biggest problems in there. I had a lot of I caused a lot of crisis, they say, so to say, crisis with participants, you know. So you know, with me going and, you know, with the staff that they got there, I believe, you know, that I think La Casa is doing well. You know, I got to go down there and check in on them. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I know that they put in a lot of work, you know, and got some great workers. And I know Howard dedicate himself to La Casa. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I think you should get him on your show. I think you should get him on your show.
I'll try. I used to work well. I was a part of the coalition with Howard. I used to see him outside of La Casa at the coalition meetings. So if he want to come on the show and, you know, give his side of the story, like I say, he's more than welcome.
I can make it happen. You know, I can make it happen for you. I told you I'm here to help you. You know, I'm trying to increase your views, you know. Also, like I told you,
since you said that wasn't true, and since you said you was joking about that, I'll take that video down.
No, it's not even about, like I told you, I appreciate you giving me a chance to come up here and release some of my skeletons in my closet that I had about smoking weed with participants and doing illegal shit that I shouldn't have been doing there. You know,
I'm talking about Howard. What you said about Howard, since that's not true.
Oh yeah. That was definitely Howard ain't no drug kingpin, man. If Howard was a drug kingpin, trust me, somebody would know. You know, people would know. You know what I mean? You can't hide that. Where he from, people would know. You know what I mean? That was one of the biggest jokes, and we thought that shit was hilarious. You know, calling him work and saying he was this, that, and the third. It's the way he sit in that chair in the office, you know. But like I told you, I thank you, man. It feels good to, you know, be able to express myself here. You know what I mean? Just being able to, you know, come clean about that shit. And I don't work there no more, so I don't, you know, they can't hold nothing over my head, but they gonna lock me up because I smoked some weed with some participants. You know, I'm cool. You know, I'm doing good for myself. I'm taking care of my family. I'm doing wonderful, man. So thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I talked to DeJuan yesterday. Yeah,
that's good, man.
Yeah, so it's we had a little problem with others, so we talked about it. Everything good. So, like, you know, bygones and bygones, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you for coming on the show. Anything else you want to talk about, or?
No, just if you need me for anything, like, and when I say financially, I'm not just saying that just to sound cool on the show. If you need any equipment or anything, hit me up. We can sit down, come up with something. You know, I ain't got the most money in the world, but I'll give you something to help you if you need it. If you need me to, you know, whatever you need, you know, let me know.
Yeah. And so really... also, like I said, I'm starting this BMN, the Black Male Network, whatever. So basically, I'm just getting like a whole bunch of black dudes, entrepreneurs, dudes that's doing their own thing. It don't matter what you're doing. You a barber, you a mechanic. All we gotta do is start networking. Whatever you need your haircut, you come to me. I need my car fixed, I come to you. and that's what that's what I'm building. So I talk about that in some of my videos too. No one just cares.
Oh, no,
No,
no, we go.
my
No,
homies say the
trust me.
same thing. They was like, nobody care about like taking care of the community. They be like, they want you to say something. So I do certain videos because I know I'm gonna get likes. So I know it's gonna draw an audience, and
Right.
then they'll see the other stuff.
People love negativity, man. Believe it or not, like the drama and shit like that. Like the whole way me and you, like the little angle you took with me and what I was on at first, they loved it. But why would I come at you in a way where as though violently, right? That means every other guy that do a blog or anybody that say anything about me in general, I got to do the same thing. I can't go take you to war because it's something you said, but then when a nigga that's a gangster say something, you don't go do nothing to him, no, but you just went at James like that. It's not giving that. It's a waste of energy. You know what I mean? I rather come positive because you didn't say nothing wrong. You didn't say nothing wrong. Only thing I had a problem with was the stealing food from the homeless. I sit down and eat with y'all. You know what I mean? It wasn't no shame in my game.
I gotta word it a certain way.
Yeah, but that was my only thing. But everything else you was pretty much, on point. And besides the Howard thing, and I feel as though La Casa put in a lot of work and do great services far as their turnover rate with the graduates and the guys that got the alumni, the guys that got their apartments. Some of them guys is well off, because of La Casa. So it's
when
you might not have the greatest.
I said certain things about certain staff members, so I wasn't like I was attacking the entire organization. Those particular people that I had problems with, that's why who I had problems. Like I said, if you can make the interview happen with Howard, I'm more than welcome. You
already know I'm gonna make it happen, man. I told you I'm here to help you. And like I said, if you need anything, reach out. I'm here. Like we follow each other now. I ain't seen you in a while. I'm glad to see you doing good. You got a show that's decent, and we're gonna get your followers and help you build a higher platform. That's what we on.
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
All right, bro.
All right. I'll catch you next time, man.
All right, thank you.
Be safe out there. Take care of your daughter, man. Remember I said about investing, because I already get dividends for Coca-Cola stock. So your daughter won. If you just invest $200 a year in Coca-Cola stock, by the time she's 5 years old, you give her a little card, the dividends would be her little allowance. Be $100 a month, right there.
Say no more.
So just look into that.
Send that request through so you can kind of keep an eye on me and see the work that I'm doing and see the things that I'm doing as well.
Oh, I do that too. On Instagram, right?
Yeah, on Instagram.
All right, I'll send a follow, John. All right, take care, man. Yep.
Thank you.
God bless. All right, so that was the end of the show, man. I think that was a great show. I think that was one of my best interviews, man. So I definitely appreciate Kassan for stopping by. And it just shows like a lot of let's say maturity between the black men, especially we're not that bad. So we could talk our problems out or whatever, especially when it's like, not that of a deep issue. And like I said, accountability is everything. When people are really genuinely accountable for themselves, and they're like, yo, I did that, man. It's like it's easy to let it go. It's so much easier, and like I said, that goes in sort of every relationship you'll have in life with anybody, whether it be with the damn mailman, somebody who you slightly briefly, or somebody that you with long term, your partner, your friends, or whoever. Accountability, I don't know, it's just when somebody does something wrong, the fact that they acknowledge what they did was wrong, and then they say they're going to better themselves, that's progress, man. And that's good enough for me. So thank y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video. James Thompson Show on YouTube. James Thompson Jr. 1000 on Instagram. As always, stay corona free, bitches. Catch you next time.